Welcome to another excursion into A.F. Branco's Inside and Behind the Cartoon. Um, just waiting for people to load up. You can comment. We got a lot to go over. Um, Let me see if I can get the comment section up and running. So we haven't got anybody coming in yet. But I'm going to go over a few cartoons and let you know why I drew them and what was behind some of the motivation or the motivation behind some of the cartoons, and just kind of give you an inside look. Some of these cartoons you may not have ever seen. So that's why I'm doing this. I plan to do this more often, maybe once a week, maybe a couple of times a week. I don't know. It depends on how it develops. This is all new to me, the technology. So as I move along, let me look here and see if I can find where some of the comments will be coming in. Okay. See, I have Belinda Butler. I have saved one of the eagle pulling away from the communist hammer. You always nail it every day. Thank you, Belinda. I'm going to wait for a few more people to show up on the comment section. Let me know that you're here so that we can kind of get going. There's a lot happening. We had Joe Biden's speech the other day in front of the red background, looked like something out of 1930s Germany, where he was clenching his fist and yelling at us, yelling at MAGA. And so I want to go over that cartoon that I did a little while ago. I have all my cartoons for the month so far kind of posted up here. So I'm going to kind of selectively go over them and pick out. I'm not going to do all of them, of course, but probably about 4 or 5, and then kind of wrap it up real quick. So it isn't going to be a very long video as far as my intentions go right now, but we'll proceed. I see people coming in right now. Love your work. Nelda, look for them. Hello from Texas, James Stewart. Denise, hello. Where'd it go? Oh, it kind of slid away from me. Denise, hello from California. Okay, I was originally from California, but moved up here quite a few years ago after I joined the Army. So I love California, just don't like what's happening to it. My family has some property in Northern California, and so I go down there and visit periodically. Hello from PA. Oh, right on. Marcus, hello from you went away. Okay, so people are coming in pretty fast, so I'll probably get started here. Hi Dawn, hi Mary, Renee, Denise. It seems like you guys are pretty fired up. I've been fired up about the cartoons. What I try to do with my cartoons is I try to make a point that maybe you all understand. You want to share it. That's what they're there for, especially towards the election is just coming up on us fast. And I can see that the Democrats have got all their lies wrapped up together. All the mega multi-billionaire Democrats are just funneling money in like heck to the Democrats to try to keep control of the Senate and the House. So we got a big fight ahead of us. And part of what this is all about is try to get us all motivated to do something, whether it's to donate to your local candidate. They could really use it because of the mega bucks pouring in from dark money from the left. So, and that is pretty much why I do the cartoons, is to reinforce, to be a part of the team. We see this country falling like never before into the hands of the communist, leftist, woke crowd, and it just seems like there's no end to it. We need to find a way to stop this. And it's just a minority. We are the majority, and the minority is continuously taking over. And so I'm glad that you're commenting, because even though I don't get to the comments today, I will go back and read through them and try to answer some of the questions if you have any. But I do want to get started on the cartoons. The first cartoon that I want to show is this one here. I touched on it just a little bit earlier. Share. I got to get the share screen thing going. Okay, this one here. As as Biden yelling at the mega crowd, or over half of the population, the freedom-loving Americans, angrily telling people to get off his lawn, and that lawn is what they're trying to do to this country. And I thought you'd probably enjoy that. The other cartoon that I want to touch on real quick, it kind of relates to that a little bit, is this one here. Let me see here. Let me find it. This one here. We have Republicans are a threat to democracy, and the radical leftist agenda is Biden has that, and he's trying to set a fire and destroy the constitutional representative republic, because a lot of people don't understand the difference. We're not a democracy. And this cartoon was deliberately done to try to point that out a little bit. Some of the other cartoons that let me read a couple of comments real here. Ultra Mega in Washington State. I'm going to get to a cartoon here pretty soon with Patty Murray and Tiffany Smiley. She needs some help. We need to get Patty Murray out of there. She's part of the big problem that we're in right now with crime, with the inflation, and all the economic turmoil that we're in right now has to do with Democrat policies, and she's a big part of that. So let me go to the next cartoon here and see what we got. Bear with me. Well, speaking of Tiffany Smiley, let's look at that one. You have Patty Murray right here, and she's holding up an old pair of tennis shoes that she's carried around. How many years has she been in? I can't even remember. It's been so long. Meanwhile, in Washington State, she's saying, "I'm the tennis shoe mom," and these tennis shoes are getting quite smelly right now. So here we go. And then Tiffany Smiley's over here. She says, "I like mine better. American flag." We know that she leans very conservative, and we just need that in Washington State more than ever. We need somebody fighting for us there. Be better yet if we could get rid of the governor that's here. But that'll come up again soon. Anyway, a couple more comments. Thank you for explaining this. Bravo. That's from Kyra. Larry Rambo. Democracy at a local level only. So anyway, let's get to another cartoon that I have here. Right now, what's happening in Europe, is, let me take this one off. Let me see if I can find, I can't find it. It's probably in the beginning of the thing here. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Okay, this one, we have time period, Europe during the Stone Ages. And this gentleman here is cooking some kind of bird over a fire. And this guy said, put that out. You act like we're back in the 20th century, which brings this cartoon right up to the forefront. Trump warned us that if Europe depended on Russia energy, that they would be in trouble, and that is coming true. They expect Europe to be in a lot of trouble. They expect people to die because of the cold, and they don't have the wherewithal, the heat So that's a definite problem um, over there. So that basically was the underpinnings of the cartoon. Um, let's go on to another one here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We'll go on to this one here. Okay. Coming up. This one here. The student loan forgiveness policy that Biden's trying to push forward, and other stupid Democrat ideas, has blown up in their face pretty much. Even some of the Democrats weren't for it. So that is what was behind this cartoon. Of course, because of the media, a lot of their debacles just don't affect them as badly as it would if the Republicans were to do something like this. So we got more comments coming in. Mona Vass, I think you should do something about Joe Biden violence leading to the 18-year-old Republican being killed last weekend. Absolutely. I thought all this violence was supposed to be coming from the right-wing extremists, the white supremacists, but most all the violence I see that is happening is coming from the left, and has been. We had 574 riots over the last couple of years. Where's the investigation that they're doing for the one day, January 6th? Said a mouthful. All Democrats are stupid, period. That's true. Yeah, that's true. The main thing with the Democrats, I feel, is that if they didn't own the media, see, they own the entire media complex, other than a small area where the conservative media is. But most all your Democrats, your everyday working Democrats that are out there, they don't see it. They don't see the issues that are happening. They don't see what's happening at the border. They don't see the rising crime in all these Democrat-run cities. So it's almost like the mainstream media, they feel like their job is to carry the Democrats' water and their message, and to deflect and shield people from what's really happening out here with the economy, with gas prices. The only problem they have is that people, when they go to the grocery store, when they go to pay for their groceries, when they go to the gas pump, there's not much the Democrats can do to hide it other than try to deflect the reason behind it. But we all know that this all happened right after Biden became president. He ran on the fact that he was going to destroy the energy sector of our country, the oil and gas industry. And when that happened, you notice gas prices started to rise, and soon after, inflation. It's all a part of the big thing, all a part of the economic verbalization of destroying the free market economy. And so everything that's happening right now, we can throw right at the Democrats' feet. It's all, they own it all. They own the economy. They own the gas prices. They own inflation. Look at your 401k going down. They own that too. They own the turmoil in Europe. We all know that Putin would have never, ever invaded Ukraine with Trump in office. We know that. And everything around it, open borders. None of this is helping Americans. It's almost like the Democrats, their whole job is to do whatever is good for America, to not do that. Whatever it is that benefits America, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the exact opposite. There's no other way. I mean, I guess it comes from a globalist viewpoint, maybe. I don't know. Here's Wendy Jensen. Love all your. See, I have a hard time reading these things. Love all your work. You love all your work you do, and Mike listening to you when you're live. Like listening to you when you're live. Stephen, you're the best. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Wendy. Um, she also said, need more people like you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Trying to get through a couple of these. Alma, well, we know everything they touch turns to you know what. Yeah, I know it does. And I've done a few cartoons showing what the you know what is. Let's go to another cartoon here. Um, I'm going to try to get more current here. Oh, actually, we were just talking about this one, so let's bring it up. Root causes. We have high taxes, inflation, open borders, recession, 574 riots plus, globalism, racial division, CRT, defund police, rising crime, human trafficking, fentanyl deaths, violence, late-term abortion. All of that can rest right on the Democrats in Biden's lap. And I have to reiterate, too, something that I've said before. Biden isn't his own person. He has no idea what he thinks or what he says or he has no concepts, I don't believe. He is just a voice for the Democrats. He's a teleprompter reader, basically, is what he is. So anyway, like I said, he's a teleprompter reader, and you can tell that by the way he does it. They tell him when to act angry. They tell him when to be nice. They tell him when to whisper like that. Yeah, listen to me. That sounds creepy, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's go on to another cartoon that I really feel strongly about. It just happened this week. Mike Lindell, my pillow guy. They won't investigate. They won't investigate the Epstein, all the people in the black book of the Epstein situation. We know that was a horrible thing that happened. That kids being transferred to an island or underage people, and none of that's being investigated. But what do they choose to investigate? This right here, or they come after this guy, Mr. Free Speech himself. Unbelievable. I can't believe that they would do that. Took his phone, but that's what they've done to a lot of people that more than a lot of people that have any affiliation with Trump at all. They've accosted him in airports. Yet you have Hillary and all the people that were surrounding Hillary in the last few years. You have the Russia collusion hoax that happened, and nothing. We know it was a hoax. We had a spy that was being paid by the FBI to come up with this false, phony dossier. It's incredible what the FBI and the DOJ have turned into. It's like they've weaponized it against us, against the people, against their opposition. And that's really something that I think that the Republicans, if they take the House and the Senate, they need to really address that if they can. Now, keep in mind, even though that they may take the House and the Senate, President Biden, or I hate to use the word president in front of him, but Biden is still there, and they have to overcome that obstacle. But there's a lot of things they can do. They can have a lot of hearings. I'd like to have a hearing on the 574 riots. I'd like to have a hearing on why they tried to set Trump up with the Russia collusion hoax and bring in people from the media, bring in people that from the FBI, make them be accountable for that fraudulent investigation that probably may have affected the election. We're going to go on to another cartoon here. I'm going to probably flip back. Speaking of open borders, I want to go back. I had one here that didn't. I don't know when I. Okay, this one here. Let's do this one. The new ISIS cartels. Welcome to the U.S. Fentanyl and other drugs coming across the border, human trafficking, rape, murder. And guess if they were to have a bumper stick on the back of their truck, what bumper sticker do you think that would be? Would it be a Trump bumper sticker? No, it would be a Biden bumper sticker or a Democrat bumper sticker. And that was the whole point of this. The Democrats and Biden, the Democrats and Biden are responsible for all of this human trafficking. I really, and that leads to the next cartoon that I want to hit on real quickly. There's so many here that is this one here. Martha's Vineyard Airport, we have our friend Obama, the one with the big mansion with all the rooms in it. DeSantis sent 50 illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard, the sanctuary Martha's Vineyard. And they panicked. They had the National Guard there before you even knew it. They had them there faster than Benghazi had any help. It's amazing how hypocritical this really showed who they really are. In your backyard, but not in my backyard. And you can see any of these cartoons. You can see them at comicallyincorrect.com. You can see them at Daily Torch. You can see them at Swamp Monsters, Alpha Media, Flag and Cross, America Cares. All of them are there. Okay, since we're on the illegal immigrants theme, I'm going to go to one more here on that. What's happening, before I click on this, what's happening is Venezuela is emptying its prisons, much like the Cubans did quite a while ago. The Mariana boat lift, where they cleaned out their prisons, sent all their criminals to us. And I guess there was a movie based on that, Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah. So this cartoon, I wanted to emphasize this. I wanted to point out to people and spotlight that this is actually happening. It may not be funny. A lot of my cartoons aren't very funny, but they spotlight an issue that needs to be spotlighted. So here we go with this one. Venezuela, and this is the prison, and Maduro is letting them out of prison, loading them on a bus, headed for the U.S. border. And his words on that is, "Thanks, Joe Biden." So that one's there. And also about the energy program, the energy situation. I wanted to just touch on that real quickly. I think, and the name of this cartoon is Silent Voter, because I feel, and maybe it's wishful thinking, I don't know, but I feel like there are a lot of people out there who won't admit it to their friends, and they won't say it to their friends, but they're feeling it in their pocketbook, and they're feeling it at the gas pump. And I just have a feeling, with all the crime and all the things going on, and they know instinctively, it's just down deep, they know that this is Democrat policies. So, like I said, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I'm almost hoping, I'm almost thinking that it's possible that we're going to get a lot of silent leftist voters out there. And like I say, maybe it's wishful thinking. I don't know. Um, I'm going to read a couple more comments real quickly. Sorry if I don't, like I said, if I don't get to all these comments, I'll read them later, and I will address some of the questions. Like I plan to do this a little bit more often, as long as I have something to say and something I think may interest you about me or about the cartoons. But let me know in your comment section what you would like to see from me, what you would like to know about me, what you would like to know about the cartoons, where they're at. There's a lot of, I would be glad to answer them. May not be able to answer them today. Like Alma said here, Cuba all over again. Yeah, that's right. That's true. The emptying the prisons out on the United States. I just love the way that the Martha Vineyard people really showed who they really are with that. It just, can you imagine? I mean, think about it. People break into the country illegal, so you have illegal immigrants. Biden takes those illegal immigrants and ships them all over the country in a lot of red states. DeSantis, he loads 50 of them up on a plane voluntarily and sends them to Martha's Vineyard. And they want to label him as somebody who kidnapped. They were actually investigating for kidnapping. They better start with Obama, and they better start with Gavin Newsom, because I understand, and I don't know if I'm wrong or right on this, but I heard that he was transporting illegal immigrants out of his state to other states. So the hypocrisy is just reeking on this. And I think this whole thing is kind of blown up in their face. Let me see. We got another couple of comments here. I need some funny drawings of Gavin Newsom. Well, I've done a few. I've got a couple in the hopper, but haven't quite finished them yet. Papa G, your cartoons are the best. They drive home the point in an excellent way. Thank you. Thank you for always being true and honest. Bless you. Thank you, Nancy. I really appreciate it. Let's do another cartoon. What haven't I showed you? Oh, yeah, I better do this one. I better do this one, because this is a big problem in the Republican Party. Seems like there are so many people, and I'm gonna put this on Mitch McConnell, that are trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. And I look at what McConnell's doing. He's taking money away from candidates that have a really good possibility of winning, and they need help. He's pulling money from them. And a lot of people are accusing him of trying to lose. Basically, he'd rather lose, and I really feel this sometimes. He'd rather lose than lose his leadership role in the Republican Party, in the House, in the Senate. He'd rather forfeit us winning the election. So Mitch is out for Mitch here, and we need to fight like heck. I think he's afraid that all these mega Republicans, once they get in there, are going to kick him out of the leadership role. Just a thought. I'm not sure it's legit, but I think it is. So you take that for however you want. Anyway, I think we've pretty much covered it. I have one more here. One more, probably two more. This one here is Democrat wart reduction ointment. And you can see he's got a couple of warts there. He's going to try this Democrat wart reduction ointment. Right. So he tries it. Guess what? So here we go. This, to me, speaks volumes for what is actually happening with the Democrats and their policies. Everything they say that they're trying to do is just having a disastrous effect on all of us. So I think this kind of shines a light on that. Well, let me see if there's any more here that I can do. Let's see here. One more. I kind of like this one. It's kind of like with the raid. I haven't really spoken to the raid at Mar-a-Lago, but basically, we all know what that is about. We know what it exactly is about. It's about trying to disable Trump so he can't run in the 2024 election for president. But it's also to try to disable and influence the 2022 election. And so this is why I came up with this. This is kind of an inside reasoning, because basically this is the real smoking gun. Yep, this is the real smoking gun. And I hope it backfires on them. I hope it backfires on them. But the truth of this is that we've got an election to fight for. I hope you all go out and vote. I like how the Democrats always say, make every vote count. Republicans say, make every legal vote count. There's a big difference. If you make every vote count, that means the ones that are cheating. And when you blanket the entire nation with mail-in ballots in your area with mail-in ballots, you know there's going to be cheating. France won't even have it. France is in-person voting simply to knock down the illegal voting aspect of it. So everybody, get out there and vote, and give me your comments. The next little presentation I do, give me some pointers. I'm new at this. If there's anything specific you want to know, I'd be glad to elaborate on it. Other than that, I think I'm gonna close out and just say goodbye and thank you for posting my cartoons. Thank you for commenting. I do this for us. I do this for you. I do this for us. This is all about being in the trenches. Actually, you guys are in the trenches. I sit in my office and hide out and draw cartoons. But and I hope these help you kind of spread the message a little bit. Until then, have a great day, and I'll talk to you probably in a week or so.